When we say for better or worse, it's often easy to say. But in real life, it's more than just words. It's a vow. A vow that doesn't end. One that doesn't stop at the wedding. With every drop of rain, every night of silent tears, every just hold on love. That's where a marriage is truly tested. This is a love story not just for the joyful days, but also for the darkest moments. A story of two hearts who chose to fight, not against each other, but for each other. This is our story. Through hardship, through ease, for a lifetime. The beginning of love. Every love story has a beginning. Sometimes it starts with a glance, a smile, a shared laugh in an ordinary moment that suddenly feels unforgettable. For them, it wasn't grand or perfect, it was real. They met at a time when they weren't looking, but somehow they found something they didn't know they needed, each other. They started as friends, simple conversations turning into long talks, quiet moments filled with meaning. Time moved and feelings grew. And one day, it was no longer just friendship, it was love. They dreamed together, talked about the future, the kind of life they wanted to build, filled with love, family, and quiet joys. And when they finally said yes to each other, it wasn't just about the wedding. It was about choosing each other every day, choosing to walk hand in hand into whatever life would bring. That was the beginning, not of a perfect story, but of a real one. A love that would be tested, shaped, and strengthened by time. Love is beautiful in its beginning, but it's in the trials where it's truly tested. Not long after they started building their life together, reality came knocking. Bills piled up. Work became uncertain. There were days when the money wasn't enough, and nights when sleep was replaced by silent worries. They had fights, not because they didn't love each other, but because they were tired, scared, unsure of what the future held. Sometimes it felt like the world was against them. Family expectations, personal failures, missed opportunities, it all weighed heavily. There were moments of doubt. Moments when walking away seemed easier than staying. But even in the silence, even in the pain, something stronger remained. Their choice. They may not have had much, but they had each other. And that was enough to keep going. One day, one prayer, one act of love at a time. It wasn't easy, but it was real. And in that first storm, they learned that true love isn't proven in perfect days. It's proven when everything feels like it's falling apart, and you still choose to stay. In the middle of all the chaos, they made a decision. Not to give up, not to walk away, but to hold on to each other. They didn't always have the answers. There were still hard days, still tears. But they began to understand. Love isn't just about grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the small things. A warm meal waiting at the table. A hand held in silence. A whispered, "We'll be okay," even when nothing feels okay. They started fighting not with each other, but for each other. They became a team. One carried the other when strength ran out. One believed when the other couldn't. They chose grace. They chose patience. And even when things didn't get better overnight, they stayed. Because real love doesn't run at the first sign of trouble. In holding on, they discovered a deeper kind of love. One that doesn't just survive trials. It grows because of them. And then slowly, the tide began to turn. One answered prayer. One unexpected opportunity. One small breakthrough that gave them just enough hope to keep moving forward. The job came. The business grew. Debts were paid. There was food on the table and laughter in the home. They didn't become rich overnight, but they had enough. Enough to breathe. Enough to rest. Enough to finally say, "We made it this far." They started dreaming again, without fear this time. Planning trips, celebrating milestones, watching their children grow. Their love, once tested by fire, now stood stronger than ever. And in the quiet moments, the morning coffee, the peaceful nights, the simple joys, they found the kind of wealth money could never buy: peace, gratitude, and a deeper love that came from surviving the storm together. Because true success isn't just about what you gain. It's about who stood beside you through it all. And for them, that success was each other. Now, as they look back, they see more than just the years. They see every challenge they overcame. Every night they chose to stay. Every moment that nearly broke them, but didn't. Their love has wrinkles now. Lines carved by laughter, tears, and time. But it's stronger, deeper, wiser. They've learned that marriage isn't about always getting it right. It's about showing up, every day, with the same promise. I'm still here. I still choose you. And so once again, they make that vow. Not in front of a crowd. Not in fancy clothes. But in the quiet of everyday life. For better, for worse, for always. This is their story. Not perfect, but real. Built not just on love, but on choice, commitment, and grace.